Hi everyone, Cheryl here with a video on how I created my Bendy card. A crafting friend of mine, Cheryl, she went ahead and came across this card, or not this card, but she came across a card and she went ahead and made one, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, oh, I need to definitely try that. And it's easier than it looks. The only thing that takes time is if you're adding scenes and if you're using a lot of cuts and different things. So the way this card opens is, here's the front. So this is the front panel, and I've used all cottage cuts, dies on this. These are all Halloween die cuts, and the spooky fence or the haunted fence, and then the lantern tree, and I used the filigree bat, and here's the sign. Really fun. I had a really awesome time making this card. You could always put a sentiment in here. I haven't done that. I don't know if I'm going to. But here's the second bend. So, and this one opens up. And there's the back side of the tree, a tombstone, some more bats, and tombstones, and the haunted castle, and then the moon behind. And so thank you, Carol, for giving me inspiration to create these. I've actually made 3 of them. I'm working on my 4th one. So let's go ahead and get started on this card. And the first thing you'll need is a piece of cardstock, at least 11 inches high. It could be 12, but I'm going to show you. We're going to cut it 4 1/4 by 11. You'll get your pieces from that. So 4 1/4 by 11. So once you've done that, you end up with a piece that's 4 1/4 high by 11 wide. So now we're going to cut it. If you can see, you probably can't. Sorry, you guys. You're going to cut it at 5 1/2. So it's going to give you 2 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 pieces. You can see those there. So the next thing you're going to want to do is take one of these and cut it at 2 1/2. So we'll cut it 2 1/2. And that's going to give you 2 pieces. So these are your front pieces. I guess you could cut them any way you want or make it bigger. I did do a bigger card. I haven't done it yet, but this one's actually a 6 by 6. So I haven't decorated it yet. But so you can play around with the size. Just keep in mind the measurements. You'll want to probably keep them about the same, depending on how big you go. So, or the cuts. So now what we'll do is we'll take our pieces, and I'm going to move this cutter. Sorry, you guys. And I'm just going to score a 1/2 inch on these 2, on just one end. So I've got 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch there. So next thing you want to do is prep the other end that's going to slide into, oh, where'd my card go? I don't even know where I put it. Shoot. Oh well, I'll grab a different one. You want to make the tab on this, and I think it's about 1/3 of an inch. I don't measure, I just cut. So I just try to eye it. So I'm just cutting at a diagonal a little bit, and then I come in and cut that one. Come in and cut that one. And one is, okay, so there's that one. So now I want to do this one. And of course, doing it for the camera, it's a little different. I mean, because I'm trying to keep it in the frame, but it's hard to see if I am while you're working. Okay, so we'll just do that. This is the basic, so it's just going to kind of give you an idea of what to do. Okay. So the next thing you'll want to do is I take the left side, because this is the backing. So I'm going to take the left one and place it along the bottom. I'm using score tape, and Bonnie at Really Reasonable Ribbon does carry this in several different sizes. So let's go ahead and we're just going to attach this one. I just want to make sure what I want to do this so you guys could see, but evidently I'm probably not in frame. Okay, so this way, the next thing we want to do is we want to make a slit right here. It's going to be 4 inches from here to here, and that way it'll be able to go in. So what I do is I use the score pal to do this. It makes it super easy. And here's the 4-inch mark, and because this is lined up, you can go ahead, just make sure it's lined up, so you'll kind of be able to see where that is, and the 4 is right there. I like using the score pal. It makes it so easy to eyeball how big or where I need to cut and so forth. So there's your first fold for the card. So now what I do is I take this piece and I'm going to flip it behind, only because I want to do the cut and I want to use this as my guide. And now what we're doing is we're going to come in 2 inches. So we're coming in 2 inches, it's right here. But I like to use this as my guide, so I place it along the bottom just to make sure, so I could see where I want to cut for my tab. And 2 inches is, whoops, right up here. So I'll line that up just to make sure. Okay, so I've got an idea, so I can just eyeball that. So now I'm going to flip it back to the front and just make sure that this can come down and be where it needs to, and it sure can. So now we'll go ahead and attach this to the other side. Super easy card. I don't even have the instructions written down or the measurements, because it's just that easy that you'll remember it. Also, I'm on my 4th one, so well, actually I've made 4, 5, 6. I've got 2, and this will be 7. I've got 2 others ready. I was playing around with the size, so okay, because I changed the size on that one. So there you, whoops. So now you have your card base like that. So I'm going to show you a little trick just to kind of, what color? Oh, I think I'm doing fall on this. Oh shoot, and I don't have any paper picked. Darn it. So let me grab a piece. Something. I think I wanted to do that fall. Darn it. Sorry you guys, I'm gonna be, I want, no. Oh, I hate that when you can't make up your mind. Do I want this? No. I want something light. I think I just grab this. Even though, man, I don't know if I like that, but okay. So since this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I'm going to cut a piece for the inside that measures 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. 1/4 by 4. I'm just going to show you a little trick. My first one I did different, and I'm like, eh. Okay, so now I want to cut pieces for 2 for each of the, I'm going to cut 1 for the inside and 1 for the outside, and they'll both be the same measurement. So those are going to be 2 1/4 by, I believe, 4 1/2. 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. So 2 1/4 by 4 1/2, and we'll need 2 of those. 2 1/4 4.5. So that takes care of the inside, and that, I think this one's 1.5. 1.5 by 4.5, I think. 1.5, yeah, by 4.5. So I should be able to get that out of this. 1.5. I'll need 2 of those. 2 1.5 by 4.5. 1.5. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's kind of 1.5. Hopefully I can. It's hard when I've got this thing. Let's see, I can't hold it down. My broke. So 1.5 or 4.5. Hopefully that's right measurements. Okay, so the trick that I want to show you is adding the paper and then doing that and then covering the back. So on this piece here, so that's almost like, feels like wallpaper. Okay, it has a nice texture to it. So I just use, if you're using score tape, just make sure you get all this covered. I'm finding that this part right here is easier doing a video with the glue. Okay, so I'm just going to add that. Okay, flip it over and you're going to see the slit in the back. And again, I'm still using my score pen, and I just cut enough, and hopefully, because what you're going to want to do is when you cover the back of this, just make sure your piece, when you put it on here, you only do around the edges. You leave this part open, this box, because that way you're able to get this in and out. And the back can be covered and look nice. And I've done that on this one here. So this one comes up on the 15th. Okay. So now we have that piece covered. Now the other one I want to show you is this one. And it's pretty much the same thing. Just cover the one piece, but this one I'll be able to show you the back side. So super easy. Now we're going to redo this part. Oops, where is it? If I could find it. There it is, I think. Oops. Let's make sure. Sorry. Okay, that's pretty good, but I want it a little bigger. Sorry. See if I can get that flipped over. It's nice when you can line it up with the... There we go. So that should be... You just have to make sure when you embellish too, and I'll show you. Just some little tricks. Okay, make sure. Alrighty. So now when you cover this back, only do, so kind of like that, right there, and right there. I want to leave open. You can always check it. And check, always check the front, because you don't want to glue that. Okay. This side you can cover, just put the glue all over. So when you're decorating, how do I lose a card? Oh shoot. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. So when you're decorating, you want to take into consideration you've got this one and this slit here. So mine is behind. I put everything at the edge to cover so you don't see. So it's back there. You can't see that one. And this one, again, I had to cut the border. Same with this one, cut the border. And I cut, now see on this one I did it different. But this was my first card, so I have the slit back here too. Now if I would have done it the way I'm showing you, I wouldn't have all that back here. It would be all covered and look better. Anyways, but these are so fun to make. You're going to have a lot of fun making them, and I hope my measurements and everything, that this was easy for you. And you'll have to let me know when you make one so I can see it. They're super fun to make. And have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by.